Hi Techie guys, I'm Untitled Chapter and today we would be learning about automating Microsoft Excel using Pega Robotics Studio. And basically we would be doing four things. One is to get a cell value, and second one is to set a cell value, and third one is to run an Excel VBA macro using Pega Robotics, and fourth one is to extracting a Excel table data. So we'll extract the Excel sheets data into a data table object. So let's start with the first one. So let's get started and open your Pega Robotics Studio. Go to the file and new project. Select your Pega Robotics, create an empty project. Give a meaningful name there. So let's make it Excel_automation. Click on OK. So it should create an empty Pega Robotic project. So to trigger our automation, we'll add a Windows form. So let's select the window form. So we can run our automation on a button click. Go to the toolbox, all item, add a button there. Go back to your Solution Explorer. Now, to interact with Excel, we would need to add an Excel adapter. So go back to the toolbox and find your connectors, the Microsoft connectors. So, okay, so let's add the first automation. So basically we have added one Windows form and one automation. So window home we have added to run our automation on a button click, and in automation we would be creating our automation. So select your automation, go to the toolbox, go to the connector and find your Microsoft Excel adapter. So if you're not able to, so it seems to be some problem with my Microsoft Excel adapter, so I'll go ahead and delete all the adapters. And I'll right click, choose item, go to Pega Robotics static member. I'll go, since I have Office 2010 installed on my system, so I'll select OpenSpan.office.dln and right click and copy that. You can open and say OK, then right click on your connector and choose paste. So once you paste it, you can see all your adapters here. So now drag and drop that. Now you can see your Excel adapter has been added. So select your adapter, go to the property, under the name, under the workbook, click on this three dot or ellipsis button, go to the Excel file that you want to choose, and before that, let's create some test data. So let's create a table here with the name and age. So let's give a couple of names there. From Sham, Brian, and save it. So we'll grab the cell to value in our automation first. So click on the browse button and browse your Excel spreadsheet first. So you can see the path there, and all our value is in Excel spreadsheet, sheet 1. So you can see all the values are in sheet 1. So in the sheet, you can go ahead and select the sheet 1. And you can go ahead and close your Excel. So far we have created a new project, added an Excel adapter, Microsoft Excel adapter here, and added a Windows form to run our automation on the button click, and one automation. So our first intent to get the cell A2's value. So let's get the cell A2's value. To run our automation, we'll run the automation on a button click. So select the button, click on event, drag and drop the event there. So on the click event, we will run our automation. So once we click, what do we want? To get the Excel value. So go to the Excel and look for the method get value, get cell value. So it's here. So get cell value. Connect it. And what cell value do we need? It's A2. And value we want to show in a message box. So go to the advanced and look for message dialog. Second one, say OK. So connect the process, connect the data flow, run your automation. So this is particularly when you know which cell value you want to grab from the Excel spreadsheet. So these steps you can follow to pull the data from the values, cell 2. There we go. So it's done. Click on OK. So you can go ahead and stop your automation. This was the first thing. And now second thing, we will set the value in a particular cell. So let's set the value. So go ahead and delete your get value. Go to Object Explorer, select your Excel, look for the set cell value. So give a cell address. So let's set it in cell C3, and the value is test value. Now run your automation. So once you click on the button, it should change the value there. So you can remove it and see it again. So click on the button and you can see the value there. So this was about setting a value. So now create an automation that will run an Excel spreadsheet macro. So let's go to your Excel spreadsheet and create an Excel VBA macro there. So you can activate your developer tab and go to Visual Basic, go to Insert, Module. So in a module, you can write a subroutine, give a name like this. So you can give any name there. And let's just show a message box there. Macro tab. So let's save it, close your Excel spreadsheet, go back to your automation, and go to Object Explorer, select your Excel, look for run macro. So drag and drop, and you just need to supply the macro name, and you should remember your macro name is test, and run it. And you can also see if there is any result. So click on the button, and let's see if something happens. And you can see it has triggered your Excel macro. So let's click on OK, and again go back to the form and click on the button. So it should have run your Excel macro. There we go. So this is about running an Excel spreadsheet macro from Pega Robotics. So let's go ahead and check the third and little complicated one, wherein we have a Excel sheet with a lot of data, and we want to use or extract that data in a data table using our Pega Robotics Studio. So say for example, this is our data table, and let's add one more name. So our data table starts from cell A1 and it's end at B5. So let's extract the data in a data table and how we can use it. So go to your Object Explorer, select your Excel spreadsheet and look for extract data. So when you extract the data, you need to define your start cell, which is A1 in our case, and the end cell, which is B5. And if we want the header to be created, then we can choose true or false, else we can just leave it false to the default one. So once we have this extract table, Excel spreadsheet data into a data table, then the result would be into a data table. So right click to the result and click on extract proxy. So it will give you the data table result. And now, since we have the data in a table, we need to get this cell's data, we need to loop through each row there. So let's loop through each row in this data table. So select your data table, click on this explore button and go to the rows and look for the property count. So this count we would use to loop through each row in the data table. So now go to your toolbox and look for the loop, for loop. So for loop, we would start once we have row count there. And the row count would be limit to your for loop. Now, we would like to extract or get the item from each row for the data table. So let's go back to your Object Explorer and look for the get item. Again, select your row and choose the get item. And the item, okay, so our for loop should run further again to get the value of each column in each row. So here we have the each row. So let's extract the row first, extract proxy. And now add another for loop that will loop through each column there. So again go back and similarly look for the column and count. So now we would need to add another for loop that will loop through each column. Start and count would be limit. So right click and reset, change it, make it loop. Alright. So again, we would need to get the item of each column for each row. So again, go to your Object Explorer, select your column, go to the methods and select get item. So item would be, we'll get the item on its earth and the index. Alright. So once we have column, then we need to extract the proxy again to get the column values. So now go back to your Object Explorer and click on Explore Components. So select your column proxy and look for the name, column name first. That should be the property. Yeah, there we go. So look for the column name for each column in the each row. And that we would need to get the item value. So select your data proxy and look for the method and get item then again. And this item you can grab with the help of column name. So there we should see the value of each cell in each row. So value of each column in each row. So let's run your automation and let's see how it shows. So go ahead and click on the button. So this was the first cell value, cell A. This was the second cell value. And how? 8, 4. So here are loops end. So you can also check if you don't want to grab the value of header cells, then you can change this false property to true. So once you change it to true, it won't grab the header. So you can run it again. So now it has started with the second row where we have the value, actual value. So basically, while automating a Microsoft Excel spreadsheet, we can, if we know the cell value, we can get a particular cell's value. And if we know the cell and we need to change the value, then we can certainly change by set value. And if we need to run an Excel spreadsheet macro, then there is a direct method to run the Excel spreadsheet macro. And this was the method to extract Excel sheets, all the values or all the data in the data table. And if your requirement is something to manipulate or creating like pivot table or doing certain calculation within the Excel spreadsheet, then it would be good you can create an Excel VBA macro and run it through the Pega Robotics. instead of doing all the things through the Pega Robotics. So that's it for today. Thank you. Thanks for watching. See you next